Hi, welcome back to the channel, TrainStation 2. Alright, really lucky that we managed to get first in this Japanese event, first competition, and it was really a narrow win, I must say. As you can see here, sometimes when you're lucky, you get EPs of 103 items, so for those, you better do it fast. As for the rest of the EPs, we have a slightly smaller. You're just going to focus on it as a side item. Always focus on the one that able to generate the most EPs. Okay, of course, unless you already have that item, then of course you can do so to do all deliveries. So what I have right now is really those chairs. As for the barrels, I'll need time to basically manufacture them, and you know barrels takes a long time. Okay, so that's what is happening in this event itself. Were really tough competitors that I have. I thought that initially the one that was tough has been overtaken by two other players, which are even better. I mean, in terms of competitiveness as compared to the earlier competitor that I have. If you've seen from my last video, I was third, and now I'm still third, even though after much struggle. Okay, so finished the chest. Just to fast forward to show you. Of course, you can see here those really takes time. So now I can start planning to make my barrels because end of the day, getting the barrels done will be the one to make sure that we win this competition. 103 EP, that is a lot. And of course, never neglect your Japanese factory. I've upgraded it with an additional 2 more slots with good number of gems. Really trying to tag very close to the first and second so that I have a good chance of trying my best to overtake them eventually. So really a lot of different items are requested. Majority of time are Japanese factory items, and then when they suddenly switch over, it comes as all the other items that are non-Japanese event related. So sometimes it all depends on luck. If you have more of those items prepared, definitely it will be a good. Otherwise, you'll need time to basically start finding the raw materials and then manufacturing in the respective factories to produce them. So again, Japanese factory, that's the key to this event. You just got to prepare as much as possible. Okay, now quickly always know your competitors. I'm guessing all of them about 200 over levels, which is I'm right, because they are so competitive. If you have 400 over or even 500 over levels people in your group, I'll congratulate you, because those are the ones that were having a hard time, because the higher the level you are, the harder it becomes. Okay, so if you have those that are really of quite close or even lower than you in terms of levels, then you're having a hard time. So in this competition, I think it's the hardest one I've been for a start of a competition event. So never had I experienced an event at the start first competition be that tough. Or I think it happens in terms of arrangement and luck. I'm hoping that the terminology in terms of grouping people isn't that accurate by the developer. Otherwise, it'll be a lot of hard time trying to get first in the every single competition. If they have been grouping all the 200 plus levels people together with me, I think I'll be hard luck. So I'm currently at 251. I'm really hoping that they group me with 300, 400, even 500 level players, because then I will have a competitive edge. It is like that in this event, unfortunately. So but a lot of things not only depends on luck in terms of grouping. A lot of things you can manage and can control. That is to start late. I gotta emphasize once more, starting late is the key to winning. Preparation is number 2, and of course luck comes next. This is the first competition. You can't prepare those Japanese factory events because you haven't even entered into this competition. But that's not the same when it comes to the next. So for the next competition, you can already start preparing those items, those Japanese factory items. Store lots of them in the warehouse. Remove all the other things that are not required in the warehouse and store them in. Okay. Alright, trying my luck again so far. Wow, in between 2 legendaries, unfortunately. But doesn't matter, I'm just hoping for more parts then. We can always dismantle the commons. Those are really too many of them. This will give you a good number of parts. Always try to grab as many gems as possible by watching those videos. You will need tons of them, especially when it comes to competition like this. What we should be doing with the gems, upgrade your Japanese factory. Alright, so that is the first thing you should do. Next, you could engage an additional dispatcher that will help you. And of course, when you're fighting so close, you may want to spend 1 or 2 or even 3 gems just to expedite things, so they can get things moving at the last leg of that competition. So I give you a bit of boost over there. Alright, the next reward will be 10 gems, and if I watch a video, that'll be 20 gems. Okay, I can't wait for that 20 gems. Definitely put to good use. Okay, so as I mentioned, Japanese factory is something that you can't miss. You must keep it running 24 hours a day. How so? Whenever you're free with this dispatcher, grab some items and before you go out. Okay, just spend that 3 to 5 minutes, grab something, so that your factory have something to make. Okay, so that is the key to winning as well. So close. I'm only 1 EP above. Managed to use this strategy so far, and we managed to claim the first place. But good thing doesn't really last that long. Okay, I think end of the day, I think it's a lot of cold sweat in this first competition. Never had I been so tense in the first competition. Normally, first competition will always be quite chill and relaxed, but unfortunately, this can't be the case for Japanese event. It is really tough. I do hope the second one wouldn't be that tough. Okay, so what we intend to do right now is again trying to figure out which gives the best EP and try to finish that. So the 17 EP, I'm going to put that aside. Those lucky cat can stay for a while. 17 EP is not a lot. I'll focus on those that give like 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus, or even 60 plus EPs like this. So that is really important. You can see me having 10 dispatcher because I have 8 permanent dispatcher, which I redeemed one from the sofa. Oh no, I've been overtaken again. Now I'm back to second. Alright, then where do I get the 2 additional dispatcher? One, I spend gems to engage for 24 hours, and another one, of course, is the part-time Harry that's been helping us for a short period of time every now and then. I think every 6 hours he'll be there to help. So please engage his help, although it's just a short 1-2 hours or so, but definitely a good helping hand for some dispatch. Now I'm back to 9 dispatchers, which I'm really glad that I have engaged that additional permanent dispatcher, and even to spend some gems to get one more. Otherwise, I would have lost this competition altogether. So, wow, I think I'm a bit stuck here. I mean, lucky me, I prepared the lucky cat. Otherwise, I wouldn't have won this competition. Now we'll start with the last bit of delivery here. And of course, even though they get the sword, I wouldn't be in time, and it's only a tiny 25. I'll wait for the cat to be backed before we send out the trains to make sure we have the last bit of boost of 17 EPs. 1 hour 5 minutes, really time flies. And with this, I'm really hoping that the second place doesn't really move that fast. Okay, so last bit of work. We just got to prepare whatever we could for the next competition now, because given the limited number of time and items left, we can't do much. So I really wanted to finish those stuff on hand because they are really low EP. Definitely not a good for a head start. I want to get rid of them so as to have a better... Wow, he's getting so close. That's worrying me. I didn't expect him to be still awake. Alright, I managed to win this finally. Alright, so we have again a new profile. I could use that, but definitely not. I'm going to use my lucky Santa Claus. That's been bringing me luck so far. So I'm not going to remove my profile. I'm going to change it back to my Santa Claus, which is my favorite icon profile. And that's me. I'm going to stick as Santa Claus. Wow, it's really a close shave. For now, I gotta hurry and better do up all the remaining items because those are very tiny EPs items. I gotta get rid of them ASAP. And once I have engaged those huge EP ones, I'll put them on hold so that I can move on and bring them forward until the next competition as a good EP hit start. Alright, coming towards the end of this video, I really appreciate your time in watching this. Thank you again, and I wish you good luck in the next competition. Goodbye.